So I'm making this video in response to another video about she calls diabolical things she wants in a man. And then Lynn Watchhorn's gonna make a little response, and I'm gonna continue. But check it out.
Number one, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last two boyfriends were 6'3", both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number two, you can't have a gut. I need you built. I need you fit and going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit and care about how I look, you can do it. Number three, he cannot have a salary cap. Whatever.
Oh, if your exes are so great, go be with them. Oh, you realize probably less than 4% of men are 6'2" or taller, right? You want him to have a no income cap? Do you want to date or not? And I mean, you don't stop to think, okay, the guys I've dated before didn't work out. And yeah, it's not based on their appearance necessarily or anything like that. But you do need to consider maybe there's some really good men out there who don't have those qualities. I mean, imagine if a man made this video. I mean, we see videos shaming men for even having a weight preference on a woman anyways, so... But I mean, you just can come out and say it and it's cool.
Diabolical things.
So first thing I want to note is that nowhere in there did she mention love.
Early or anything like that.
She doesn't mention that there has to be love between the two of them. It has to be real love, right? Because it's all about hypergamy. It's not about the right thing. And then this Lynn Watchhorn girl, she's overweight, I can tell, but she's not ugly. So let's make a list here of the things. These are gonna be the bare minimums that I expect in a woman. So the first one is she's not a drug addict, and that, she can use soft drugs occasionally, like LSD and mushrooms, and maybe we could push the limit here in moderate, medium level drugs like ecstasy once a year or something at a special festival. I don't care. But they can't be a drug addict. Second one is they can't be crazy. They can be neurotic, because I think all women are neurotic. But crazy is not allowed. Third one, they gotta be easy on the eyes. And this Lynn girl, she's not that bad. She's definitely not a supermodel, but I'd let her be my three-legged bitch. And I'll play that for you in a minute, because that's hilarious. But no STDs. Okay. So let me count those. Not crazy, no STDs, easy on the eyes. Did I miss one? And definitely she's fertile and she wants to have kids. And we're gonna make it a prerequisite that she doesn't have kids from her last baby daddy. And I'm really trying to think, not a drug addict, no STDs, easy on the eyes, fertile. I guess maybe something like she's receptive and a giver, right? But I'm a good man. It doesn't have necessarily all the qualities that every woman's looking for. I'm not a bad guy, and I think I do deserve to have somebody. I shouldn't just be alone. But I'm invisible to most women. That's whatever, man. I work on my life. I got my Cascadia plan. I'm actually doing something. I got real plans. It's like most men are chasing dollar bill, or they're chasing the newest car, and I'm chasing the liberty movement and revolution. I'll be like John Locke in history someday. The perfect model constitution. The Cascadia Plan.wordpress.com, and I'm going to make into my book, Project 2028, the Cascadia Plan. I'm hopefully going to publish next month. There's just other things that I'd like to do that I don't have the money necessarily to do all of this in the period of time that I'd really like to get it done. One of the things I'd really like to do, and I'm going to give it to myself as a Christmas present, is I want to get a laptop. Because I would like to be able to play Fallout 3 and Oblivion and just kind of get away. because I spend a lot of time at camp. I'm homeless and I camp out in the woods. So it's one of those things I think would be great to be able to plug into my solar panel because I have a DC output here that can do up to 100 watts. So if I can push to a laptop, that'd be the shit. And then I'm trying to think, like, pretty much if I publish, I've got that opportunity to be discovered. Where it's more important to me right now in my life to have my mission that I kind of gained through my awareness of this universe and my will and drive to survive and be free. The mission that I have for this Constitution, which is the best possible outcome for a human future I could see. And I thought about all the world's problems and tried to solve them for our country, the United States, by making a new country instead. And even if it doesn't work out and people don't buy it, I can still buy it. So let's say hypothetically, I defend myself from being attacked in town and I stab some evil man as I'm defending myself. And I go to prison. Well, I go to the mental hospital probably. But who knows? I could get that book delivered to me in there and still be able to read my work. Because it's 400 pages, I can't get it sent in because they call it like security risk having that much paper. Even if I tried to flex on my political freedom rights and my individual sovereignty, it most likely would fail. And I would have to go to the Supreme Court and fight for getting that many pages of paper sent in. And even then, I'd be doing it for years. And the people who would send it to me are my grandparents on my dad's side. And they're getting old. And so, it's not like I can expect them to help me forever. And getting a hold of my dad's nearly impossible. His number always changes and he's crazy anyway. He's hard to get a hold of. But I don't really want to tell my whole life story. Let's just say there's like bare minimum. She can't have STDs. She can't be crazy. She can't be a drug addict. That was the one I forgot. She's got to be easy on the eyes, and she's got to be fertile. And not already have kids, and then we'll extend a little bit more. Like, she's got to be, like, matching my energy and receptive, and, like, she fucking ready to go. Not just having sex or anything, but if I'm like, let's go do something, she's like, yeah, let's do it. And if I'm like, hey, let's just hang out here today, she's like, yeah, let's hang. And if she wants to go out, she's like, I'm going to go take a walk for 20 minutes, but I'm coming back. I'm like, sweet, have a good walk. Or if I'm saying, I'm going to go take a walk for 20 minutes, do you want to come? And she says, no. I'm like, all right, I love you, and I'll see you a little bit. But what I mean to say is she's going to want to engage. And not just be there and kind of be bored and just like, yeah, whatever, it's my boyfriend. But actually be about it, right? To be about me. And I want to be about her. It's not like it's all about me. The fucking weirdest shit ever is we talk about it from one perception, like, this is what I'd like to do with her. And it's like, well, you didn't consider that. Coming from the nastiest, vile viper of the women out there. The woe of man is what we call them. They're not ladies whatsoever. But this Lynn, I like this Lynn girl. I'm sure she's already got a boyfriend. But if this girl was walking by on the sidewalk and kept looking at me and smiled at me as she was looking, she didn't have headphones on, and she even said something like, hi, how are you doing today? I'd be like, not bad, you're really cute. What's your name? Like, and that's one of the things that is important, is getting at least some sort of initiation level going so that I got clear signs of interest. That's important. But I didn't want to do that whole fucking thing. I just wanted to make the short list of attributes. I think love is really important. Love is on that list. But that's something that comes with time when you know a person. But these are like my preliminaries. This is what I'm looking for when I'm trying to even begin to engage with a woman. But love should be on that list. This is funny how even with the other woman, with that woman and with me, on the other person talked about, like, love wasn't on the list. But at least what I'm talking about is some like positive fucking filtration thing. Easy on the eyes. Just, I don't want somebody who's obese. You can have a little bit of a tummy, but it shouldn't be from your previous children, because you should have been able to make better choices than to go sleep around with men that you're not going to be with. That's one of the things that pisses me off. Women don't have seemingly like ability to understand the consequences of their action. They're gonna sleep with this man, but they're not actually all about him. And they're gonna walk away, or he's gonna leave her because they weren't all about each other first. That's one of the things I never understood. Why women don't want to start with a friendship and then advance. They want to have a romantic relationship happens right away. He's got to sweep you off your feet and all this other shit. I think that's crazy. That's fucking insanity. So you're telling me I can't naturally grow feelings for a person because I appreciate them and then want to ask them out because that's going too slow and that just means you're going to end up in the friend zone? This is why you're all so fucked up. And you got a meaningless existence. You have these meaningless relationships, a whole bunch of them, and you just figure out at the end that nobody really wants you for who you are because you got nothing to offer. This Lynn girl's a sweet girl. And before I leave, I wanted to just share, like, Lynn, I'd let her be my three-legged bitch. But I'm gonna let you know what that means. Let me show you what it means to me. Check this out.
I truly feel bad for people that think men only pick their significant other based on the way they look. Like, I just assume you might have a shit personality and that's why you've come to that conclusion, or you've never been to an animal shelter with a man. I'm telling you, an animal shelter with a man is very eye-opening. Because while everyone's looking at the puppies and kitties, your man's most likely fallen in love with like the three-legged, one-eyed, cancer of the six organs dog. Why? Because he walked in, that dog smiled at him, and he was like, damn, homie, I don't give a shit what's going on in your life. We're best friends now. I can feel it. It's that personality. How you know? If he's willing to deal with all the bullshit medical stuff that dog's coming with, just because he knows it's gonna come with unconditional love and a best friend, you too could be someone's three-legged bitch. Just have to have a little more person.
I love it. That's my favorite little short.